Heading over to Argentina now for a little break in the looped circuits and the Oh My God stage. It was named after a Rooster Teeth sketch, specifically the one where Matt and Joel get sharp objects stuck in their skull and start panicking sporadically, shouting, "Oh my God, it's horrible!" As for the stage itself, it's characterised by heavy braking zones into very tight corners. Top speeds aren't particularly high, and the record is over 90 seconds. Some parts of the stage are actually horrible. Let's have a look at the onboard run. So for the first time in a long while, accelerating away from the start line. Bit of a straight before turn 1, a right hand hairpin with massive gradient, the peak of it at the absolute apex of the corner. Very technical and challenging. Goes downhill at the exit, which means you can build up the speed onto this straight. Braking before the dip, which some would consider to be wise. Into turn 2, not a very good run through there. Almost as if we were unsure about the apex. Opens on the exit before turn 3, which is a long left-hand hairpin. And quite quick, spells the end of the first sector, and not too bad through there. This is the quick stuff now. A right-hand kink before turn 5, which is a very quick left-hand corner. And onto another short straight with a couple of kinks, before braking very heavily for the turn 6 hairpin. Not too bad through there, despite missing the apex by the proverbial mile. And to turn 7, that was terrible through there, hitting the wall on the exit, onto another straight with a jump halfway through, into a section which looks a bit like it was derived from the Adelaide Grand Prix circuit, but backwards. And accelerating away, there's a big jump at the exit of turn number 9, into turn 10, which tightens a bit, running a bit wide again, and the car getting unsettled over the jumps of the embankment. Now then, the final 2 corners, carrying a lot of speed into the turn 12 corner, and the final one now, running a bit wide, and clattering our way over the finish line. So that run was a 1 minute 33.09, but the record is a 1 minute 30.51. Basically, I was over 2.5 seconds slower. Some might describe it as cautious, others might describe it as measured. I prefer to use the term utterly pathetic. For the most part, it was a bit cautious. I mean, turns 1 wasn't good, turn 2 was even worse than that. Turn 7 was just dopey. We'll get to that in a moment. The beginning of the second sector wasn't too bad, actually. I mean, turn 3 was alright, turn 5 was not too bad either. And despite missing the apex of turn 6, that was pretty good. But overall, that was probably the worst run that I had done so far in this series, aside from Legero and in particular Le Dent. Flinging it into turn 6 there, just about making it, and here we go. Probably carried a bit too much speed, and it's almost like I didn't turn enough for that corner. I do quite like this last sector though, it does remind me a bit of Adelaide, but backwards. So that was Oh My God, and oh my god, didn't I do a terrible run. Next up, we will be going to England for a return in the loop circuit, so stay tuned and see you soon.